Are you feeling overwhelmed because of the sky-high prices and this competitive housing market? You're not alone. Many of you are out there dealing with the same situation. So today I'm going to address that giant elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about. So we're going to dive into these top challenges that you home buyers are facing and how you can navigate them successfully. What's up, guys? Anthony Esposito with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert right here in the Cleveland, Ohio area. And whether you're looking to buy your first home, upsize, downsize, whatever the case is, I got you covered. I'm here to guide you like I have many others through these turbulent times so you can win in this real estate market. If you have any questions or you need help navigating the real estate market, go in the description below, click on my calendar link, book a call with me. I'd love to chat with you, or you can find my contact information right here in front of me. So without further ado, let's find out what these challenges are and how you can get past them. So to kick it off, let's start with the high home prices. And some are even ridiculously high. I get it. I will be the first one to admit, I even look at some houses and I'm like, there's no way it goes for that much. And then doing my research on it, it turns out that is the market value that's out there for it. Not all homes are like that. Ultimately, it's up to the seller of what they want to list that home at. However, that's not changing anytime soon. We just need to face that hard truth. It sucks. I get it. I can't even purchase my next house because of this situation that I am in. But it's not going anywhere. It's going to keep driving up until that inventory comes up. It's simple supply and demand is all it is. There's way more buyers than there are sellers that are out there. Multiple offers have come back. Escalation clauses are still in there. If you want a house bad enough, you better bring your A game and go over the listing price. You will not get that house, especially if you are in multiple offers. It's not going to happen. The chances of you offering less than list, not going to happen. It's far and few. I'm not saying that it's not possible. It is possible. However, if there is something that is completely updated and it's ready to go, you're going to have to offer over list. If you don't want to do that, you might as well not even waste your time. Now, there are ways around it. If you don't have to move right this moment, you don't have to buy a house right this moment, and it's just kind of like you want to, maybe now is not the time for you. However, if you need to move, you may want to look into other avenues, such as, upcoming neighborhoods that haven't really peaked in their market value, or even looking at older homes. If they're not fully updated, but they're somewhat updated, don't turn a blind eye to those. You could always do interior updates, no problem. If you need a bigger house, but you don't have the budget for that bigger house, maybe get one that's older, that's dated, that you could still move in, but you can change as time goes on. And the trend right now with the way everything's going and with the analytics that are out there of what professionals have put out there, that over the course of the next 5 years, home prices are going to increase. The example they used, if you purchase a $400,000 house now, it'll be worth $472,000 come 2028, 2029. So that's a big increase. Don't sleep on anything, especially if you have to move right now. Next, let's discuss those interest rates. They're high, okay? I am not saying that they're not high. They fluctuate every single day. One day they're at 6.8. The next day they're at 7. The next day they're at 6.6. The next day they're at 7.1. It's a constant change. And don't sit and just wait for it to drop dramatically. It's not coming anytime soon. The Fed, they just keep changing their mind. It's getting absolutely ridiculous because we're trying to figure out when are these interest rates going to drop, and we can't get answers. So don't even expect those to change. They're going to fluctuate. At least it's not like the 80s where they peaked at 18%. You think it's bad now? 18% is absolutely insane to me for a house price. I get it. Home prices are up, so that little bit of that interest rate, going up is affecting a lot of people. And it's also affecting the reason of why we have a low inventory. Everybody refinanced, got a super low rate. So people that are moving, they don't necessarily, have the want to move. It's probably a need to move. But it is what it is. There's nothing we can do to get around it. However, there are specific times that you can end up helping that rate out. Like if you get that pre-approval, you could lock in your mortgage rate. Some companies do 45 days, other companies do 60 days. That could help out. There's buy downs in place. If you have the money in the bank where you could buy your rate down, that may be an option for you. All this stuff needs to be discussed with a mortgage lender to find out exactly what is capable for you. And the really good thing with interest rates right now, if you can't find that house to buy, look into building, because a lot of builders have less than a 6% interest rate when you purchase one of their homes and you build them. Whether that be, Pulte, Drees, Custom Builder, whoever is in your area, builders are giving out some excellent incentives right now, and just having lower interest rates are one of them. So let's talk about the inventory shortage for a moment. And depending on the area is going to determine how low it is. Some neighborhoods, there's a lot of inventory that keeps going. There's a lot of turnaround that is happening. Other neighborhoods, you'll see like one house for sale in the past year. It really just depends on the location. Now here in my market, there's some areas that have just been booming. It's like every couple days, there's another house that goes up for sale. A lot of it has to do with demographics. It's kind of hard to say outside of that of like what the reasoning may be without actually talking to the seller and finding out, what their motivation is for moving. To address that situation, for me personally, I have means in place, and it has been working for my clients to find a house for them to buy. And there's ways around to potentially do off-market deals where you don't even have to fight with multiple offers, because that inventory shortage is causing multiple offers. That house hits the MLS. We've all seen it. It looks beautiful. It's perfect. You got the best location that you want it. You got the perfect size yard. It's completely updated. And then next thing you know, that same day, multiple offers are on the table, a deadline's put in place, and now you got to come in highest and best against, however many more offers, sometimes 6, 7, 8, sometimes there's a dozen. Sometimes there may even be 20 offers that come in, depending on the house and its location. Just to come to find out you lost another offer. It sucks. I know. I hate making that phone call to my clients. That is a terrible phone call, especially when we come in and it's a strong offer and you get a good feeling about it. You grow attached to the house. You fall in love with it. And then you're getting a phone call from me saying that we didn't get the offer. It sucks. There's means to find inventory. I can find sellers. It's just a matter of where you are looking. So the more open you are to different areas, the more capable you are going to be to purchase a house in a shorter time frame. If you're looking in just one city, well, it may take some time. My hometown, Brunswick, there's not a lot of activity that's been going on. There's some, but we definitely could use more. And in the county that I live in Medina County, we aren't seeing that many sales. It's very, very low amount of sales that are coming. So it's taking longer for people to find those homes. However, if you can find an off-market deal and you're working with a experienced real estate agent like myself, there's ways to still find that house, not deal with the competition, and it's a win-win for, buyer and seller. If you're finding this video helpful, please smash that like button. It's greatly appreciated. Comment down below. Let me know what your experience is, or if you have any questions regarding the challenges in the real estate market. Also, click subscribe, turn notifications on so you could get further content just like this. So next, let's go into the economic uncertainty. The good thing is, at least in my market area, is job opportunities are plentiful. We are booming around the Cleveland area. It's been really good for jobs. However, some areas may not be like that. I'm not sure how the rest of the country is, but if your area is struggling, that could mean it's going to be more of a struggle for this real estate market. Job opportunities, job growth, it helps the real estate thrive. That's just the way it goes. It'll bring people in. People are relocating to the Cleveland area because of the job opportunity, and the cost of living is below the national average. So you're making money, you're saving money. Huge helps. Now, depending on your area, how your jobs are doing, how your unemployment rate is, is it good? Is it bad? Is there plenty of jobs that are coming in? Are there companies expanding? Whatever the case may be, everybody has to do the same thing to prepare themselves. You got to save money for a larger down payment right now. Larger down payments are huge. It's going to show that you are a stronger buyer, one, and two, the most important thing is it's going to bring down your mortgage payment. Obviously, the less you can take off the top before you actually close, it's going to drop that mortgage payment. Now, if you find the right lender, they'll tell you what's worth putting money in. How much money putting down is it really going to impact? Because your situation may be different. If you're downsizing, for instance, this could be your last home. So it probably would be beneficial to put a larger down payment on it. If you are upsizing, this could be hit or miss. Because even if you're upsizing, what is your future outlook? Are you planning on moving in 10 years, 15 years? Find out from your mortgage lender, let them run the numbers and see if it makes sense, because they will tell you, for every, X amount of dollars, it's going to drop your payment this much. So they will let you know if it actually makes sense to put a bigger payment down. You may actually want to consider keeping money in your pocket instead of dropping all of it onto a mortgage that you're just going to move out, say in 8 years, 10 years. It might not make sense. Get those numbers so you could actually save money, whether it be in the long run or upfront. And truth be told, if you don't have to move right now, if it's more of a want, but you're seeing a lot of red flags, hit the brakes. Stop. If that's happening, maybe you need to take a step back, reconsider moving at the moment, because it may be more beneficial for you to wait. Don't put yourself in financial strain. Don't rush this process and get a home that you absolutely hate and you just can't stand it. If there's a lot of red flags going on, stop. Plain and simple. I personally will end up even discussing with my clients, maybe now is not the time. Maybe you need to sit and just wait a little bit longer. Or if you are so concerned about, that monthly mortgage payment, well, maybe you need to take a step back, save up more money, and then re-enter into the market at a later date. You really got to do, your thought process. You want to think this through. This is a huge, huge decision. Don't make a mistake. It's okay if you don't find a house right now or you move right now, unless you absolutely need to. That's a whole different story. Some people, you got to move and it's like, we're moving now. We're not moving, 6 months down the road. We needed to move 6 months prior. Everybody's situation is different. But if you don't have to move right now and you are feeling uncertain about a lot of things, hit those brakes. Don't make the move. And let's discuss those down payments. This can be tough. You got to have a down payment. Unless you are having a VA loan, you need a down payment, plain and simple. FHA is minimum 3.5%. Conventional, minimum 3%. And then the VA, of course, nothing. You don't have to pay that down payment. So you got to have something, and that is of the total price that you end up doing. So it could add up really quick. Yeah, there's always, 20% that's always thrown out there. That's because if you get your LTV, your loan to value ratio down to 80% on a conventional loan, there's no mortgage insurance that's on that anymore. That's where that 20% comes into. However, if you can't afford 20%, because that is a lot of money, depending on the price of the home, you could always come in under. So your minimum 3.5 on FHA, 3% on conventional. And I get it. Cost of living, it constantly going up. Our economy, this sucks. Let's be serious here. There's a lot of stuff that is crazy expensive right now, and you got to be able to save money. So if you don't have that large down payment, well, can you afford that, minimum down payment, 3.5, 3%, and still afford the mortgage payment without strapping your finances? Because you don't want to be house poor. Do not force yourself into this. You want to be able to go out and do stuff, right? Like take vacations, enjoy life. It's very difficult to do right now. I get it. Prices are up like crazy. There's not an end in sight. It's coming, but it's a matter of when is this happening? So to address the down payments, though, if you need assistance, you need help, consider like FHA. You can get a gift for a down payment on FHA. Doesn't matter where it comes from. Maybe that's a route to take, because then you could set up payments to whoever you get that gifted money from. You won't have, interest tagged on it. Maybe, mom and dad can help you out, or, whatever the case is, and a family member, relative of some sort, a friend. Maybe that's a route that you take to help get into that first home, and then you just slowly pay them back. It's a possibility. And then there's other programs that are out there. You got to do your shopping with the mortgage lenders because everyone's different, but they have things in place to help people out. They may have down payment assistance. They may have, lower interest rates in place. They may have closing costs that might be much less. It all varies. You got to do your shopping around. But again, if it doesn't suit you, now's not the time to enter into the market. That's the hard truth. I know it sucks. We all want to get in that house, but maybe now is not the time. Maybe it is the time if everything's adding up. Don't force this, whatever you do. If you got any value from this, don't forget, smash the like button. It's greatly appreciated. Also, drop a comment down below. I want to hear your experience, whether it was recent or if it was from a few years ago. Let me know what your experience was with this crazy market that we're in. And if you need any help or you have any questions, you can contact me directly here, or you can go in the description below, click on my calendar link, book a call with me. Either way, I'd love to chat with you and see how I could help you out and be a resource for you. Also, click subscribe, turn notifications on so you can get more insightful videos that I drop every single week. And if you're looking for a guide to really navigate the market, to give you insider tips and tricks, check out this video next to me. You won't want to miss that.